Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and as promised we have a small collection of comics which I've pulled from my collection. Just going to have a little bit of a show and tell, and we have for you the best of DC Blue Ribbon digests. Now some of these, 90% of them, are actually some of the very first comics I bought with my own money way back in round about 1985, when a brand new comic shop opened literally almost right on my doorstep, where I was living in North London in Tottenham. And I was taken along there by my mum and dad once they had mentioned to me there was a comic shop just literally down the road, and was given some pocket money, and these caught my eye, so we're just going to go through, have a brief look at them, and go from there. First up, we've got number 6, which covers Superman. And with these digest size books, they are on not great quality paper. It's very much like a newsprint paper. Obviously there's some discoloration because of the age of these. This particular one, we're looking at 1980, so it was already a back issue when I bought it around about 1985, when Eternal Comics in Tottenham opened. So they're mainly reprints, obviously, although there are one or two that actually do contain some original stories printed in them. So first of all, we got that one, Superman. This one is actually not one that I bought at the time. This is actually a later arrival to the collection. This is actually one that I bought as a grown-up when I managed to find a few online. Quite interesting bunch of stories. We have Superman under many disguises. Probably one or two are probably not very popular these days, to have Superman masquerading as certain things, but that was its time that of it was being produced. Yeah, these are basically comics which, despite the fact that I've been collecting comics since the 80s, I have never got rid of the Blue Ribbon digests or stroke best of DC. I've had comics come and go in my collection, but these are always been things which I have kept for some, because they are mostly the very first things that I bought as comics that I bought with my own money, albeit pocket money given to me by my parents. There was also money that I earned doing odd jobs locally, delivering newspapers, that sort of thing. They are literally have that memory of the first time I actually went to a comic shop, and could go to a comic shop so regularly on my own. The two there that we just saw are also new acquisitions. This is also another one that I bought back in the day when I went to Eternal Comics, and I just love them. I just think they're absolutely fantastic. Obviously, because of the digest size, they are very small print to read. Back in the day, in the 1980s, that wasn't a problem for my eyes. Obviously, I probably have to squint a little bit more to read these if I wasn't wearing glasses, because of the print, but they just have such a sentimental value that it outweighs any sort of monetary value they would have. They are just wonderful little things to have, and I would never get rid of them at all. Next one's quite an interesting one, Christmas with the Superheroes. This one actually contains a Jack Kirby, Mike Royer Sandman story, if I can find it in here. Here we go. In the 1970s, there was a very short-lived Sandman comic book series by Jack Kirby. I think it only lasted about 5 or 6 issues and then was cancelled. This Sandman story is actually one that never got printed until it was printed here in issue number 22 of the Best of DC Blue Ribbon Digest Christmas with the Superheroes. That story has actually now been reprinted again in one of the Jack Kirby omnibus editions, but up until then that story hadn't actually been seen. So as I said earlier on, mostly these are all reprints, but occasionally you could find an original story in them. This Legion of Superheroes one, this is a new acquisition. This was bought when I bought a set, a little few of these, as I said, as an adult. So that's a new acquisition, but again, pretty much all the rest are bought as 1985's collecting start date for me as a comic book fan. So yeah, they are just wonderful little books. Again, paper, not the best quality, but they do bring back so many wonderful memories of being able to go to a comic shop, spend my own money, and enjoy the world of comics. This is the latest one that I've got, number 66. We can see a cover date there of November 1985. Now, if my memory serves me correct, this went up to about issue 70 or 71, the run. And then soon after that, I think sometime around about 1986, they stopped doing the Best of DC Blue Ribbon Digests, and that was it. But that would have been new in November 85, as we saw, so that would have been literally not soon after I started going to Eternal Comics. There we are. Then we've got a couple which are just titled, I believe its full title is the DC Special Blue Ribbon Digest, as opposed to Best of DC, which is what these ones were all titled. And again, reprints again on the same quality type of newsprint, but here we are. But slight discolouring due to the age, but then I've had these since, as I say, 1985 myself. I've never wanted to get rid of them. I've always wanted to hold on to them, despite taking my collection from being quite a large collection when I was living at home with mum and dad to going along and selling bits and pieces, some of which I've actually bought back, but that's something we do as collectors. We get rid of things in our collection and then we end up buying them back again, and I've done that with quite a number of things. In fact, here we are. I think this actually is the very first one of these DC Digests that I actually did buy. I think that is the first one. Literally, it had such a striking cover on it, with the alien attack on there, that literally I just couldn't resist it. I literally had to buy that, and inside was some fantastic space reprints, yeah, I just saw that on the shelf and thought, yep, that's coming home with me. I can't remember the original ones that I bought in 1985. I can't remember how much I paid for them now, but back in those days, things were far more cheaper to buy than they are now. So there we go. The next and last 3 that I have to show you are not as part of any of the Best of DC or DC Special Blue Ribbon Digests. They are actually Adventure Comics 491, 492 and 499, and I can't remember why, but up until about issue 490, Adventure Comics was presented like a standard comic book form. And then for some reason, for about the last 10 or 9 issues, up until something like about, I think it's issue 503, Adventure Comics was produced in the digest form that we see here. So it'd be interesting to find out why they had that idea at DC, that they were going to suddenly change from the standard comic book format to reprinting. I think it was mainly at that time Legion of Superhero stories in the digest form for the last 9 issues. Maybe it was cheaper at the time to produce them in this format rather than in the standard comic book format, while they sort of wrapped up the series. But again, I bought these back in the day in sort of like the mid-80s, and because they were the same format as those, it caught my attention, and I think those two I bought originally back in the day as back issues. I believe these were 82, so in 85 they were already a back issue, and then I believe the 499 I picked up fairly recently as an adult collector, so that one's the last of the new acquisitions I've picked up. There we have it. DC Digest editions that are in my collection. As I say, I love them so much. They have all those memories of when I first started collecting, when I first could go to a comic shop on my own and spend my own earned money. So I've never got rid of them. I don't think I ever will do, because of that attachment and that memories and feelings they bring back of 40 odd years ago of comic collecting. And I just think they're absolutely marvellous little things to have in a collection. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. If you've liked this video, please subscribe, please press the like button and also the notification bell, and then you'll know of another video when I post. Next video probably be a very sort of similar haul type video. I have already got some bits and pieces which I found in some charity shops and second-hand stores, so I may well try and post that sometime in the midweek. Thank you for joining me, and good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.